Hello my fiery friends, welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host the Infernoman here, and hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you are at. Alright, so we didn't get a chance to fire off yesterday's stream just due to some kind of small technical issues, but that's okay. I think everything should be up and running today, so we should be good to go for a full stream. But what are we going to be playing with today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump into it right now and show you exactly what we're going to be playing with today. So without further ado, join me today as we join the dark side of the Marvel set, as we're going to be playing an all villains deck, and we'll be saying Hail Hydra. So that is the name of the game today, everybody. We have Rakdos villains. And I see a couple of you guys are starting up an early part of the chat pre-stream. So let's see. I see on here Larpon18. Hello. First, hello. You're back. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. Ion Prince. Hi and bye. Hello and bye. Okay. Well, either way, still appreciate you popping in just the same. But otherwise, we're going to be playing a card that's focused on this uncommon here. An all unassuming one here, Madam Hydra. So she's going to be the leader of our Rakdos villains deck today. Before we get into that right now, we'll talk about the stats of the deck first off. For those that don't know, also, we'll go over every single card in the main part of this budget brew. And then, of course, we'll play this, of course, in the best of unranked Brawl set. And then we'll play some competitive Brawl with a much more upgraded deck that's a lot stronger than the current build we have here now. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about the stats of the deck. Because long-time viewers of the channel know how we do it. We have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So, our Rakdos deck of Hydra is going to be a 2.7 average mana curve that's going to be black and red colors. In total, we have 23 creatures. We have 14 instants, 10 sorceries, 18 artifacts, 10 enchantments, and 33 lands. Crawfish Cigarette, yo, hello my fire friend. Good afternoon, and how you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us. All right, so as we mentioned earlier, we're going to be rocking again this uncommon here, Madam Hydra. She is a Rakdos 4 mana, 2/3 legendary creature, human villain. Whenever you cast a villain spell, you create a 2/1 black villain creature token with menace. So very slowly but surely, we'll start creating a giant, massive board of villains that also have menace to them, which will make it a lot easier for us to push through damage because it'll force our opponent to do some bad blocking. So that's the name of the game. We just got to keep casting all of our villain spells, and we should be able to make this go really big and super wide pretty fast. But in order to do that, we'll use a couple of sub-themes that Rakdos are known for just to make sure we can get away with what we want to. Again, Rakdos colors are very villainous in themselves because of how they are going to function. So what I mean by that is going over to the one-drop slot. Let's cover some of our spot removal to begin. We got cards like Annihilating Glare. We have Bone Shards, Cut Down. We have Eaten Alive, Fatal Push. All these cards kind of do the same thing. They're all spot removal in different variants, but many of them do require us to sacrifice creatures, planeswalkers, or anything else in order to get the most value out of them. Annihilating Glare, 1 mana, you have to sacrifice an artifact or a creature to destroy a creature or planeswalker, or you pay the 4, which is honestly a little too much for you. But sacrificing some of the tokens that we can create with Madam Hydra makes this a lot easier to use. Bone Shards does the same thing. You either have to sacrifice a creature or you discard a spell to destroy a creature or planeswalker. Cut Down can destroy a creature with power and toughness combined of 5 or less. Dark Ritual here. So thankfully, the Marvel set has now finally given us a cheaper version of Dark Ritual that actually will not cost you any rares. This is actually something that's going to be key for us for a future deck tech. So stick around for that, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. In any case, uncommon to add 3 black mana. Eaten Alive again. You have to then sacrifice a creature or pay an extra 4 to exile a creature or planeswalker. Fatal Push, of course, has the classic where it destroys a creature with mana value 2 or less, or a mana value of 4 or less if you trigger Revolt. Reaper's Talisman is great for some of our villains here because, again, it forces your opponent to do some bad blocking. This equipment, if you equip it and that creature attacks alone, means that you can hit the player for 2 life and you can gain 2 life. Vat of Rebirth will trigger off with all of our villainous tokens. So even if we end up losing a lot of villains into the graveyard, we can then cast we can play the Vat of Rebirth. We'll start adding oil counters to it. Then you can remove 4 oil counters, pay the 3, tap this, and then bring back any creature from your graveyard back to the battlefield. Granted, only at sorcery speed, but it helps us keep reusing all of our villains. Warlock class here allows us to then make our opponent lose life at the beginning of their end step if a creature died this turn. It doesn't matter if it's our creature or our opponent's creature. Level 2 allows you to then look at the top 3 cards, pick one of those cards to push the others into the graveyard. Part 3, at the beginning of our end step, each opponent will lose life equal to the amount of life they lost in a turn. So this will be great for us at any point in the game. Torch of the Tower here doing 2 damage to a creature or planeswalker, and then we can exile that creature once it gets hit and it ends up dying. However, we can also bargain this if we want to, so that means you sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast the spell to do 3 points of damage instead. We aren't exactly in the best colors for ramping, so we're going to use cards like Wayfarer's Bauble here to help us dig out basics. Zephyr Boots allows us to give one of our creatures flying, and if we do some damage with it, we can start drawing cards and discarding cards. In the 2-drop slot, we have Agents of Hydra here. Human spy villain, and it dies, it leaves behind a villain token, so it helps replace itself. Bob Reluctant Hydra Agent. This card is just hilarious. It's a human coward villain. So think of, I guess you could say, those henchmen when you see major enemies and they throw them out. You always wonder, like, that one guy that probably just didn't want to actually be there and ended up just being there for just random reasons. And actually, even the flavor text actually mentions that too, which is actually funny. It says on there, I mainly joined up for the benefits. So I guess that kind of explains how some henchmen, hey, a paycheck's a paycheck, I guess, at times. So that's how it goes. But it says here with Bob, whenever he attacks alone, return him to his owner's hand. And if you do, each opponent loses 2 life and you can gain 2 life. So you can use him actually to then just bounce things back and forth and just get some more value out of him, which is actually hilarious to use this card for. Common Crook here. This is another one of our simple ones here from the Spider-Man set. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. So it leaves behind some extra ramp for us. Deadly Dispute, which I believe is perfectly on flavor for the set. Honestly, I think this should have been a set we should have gotten, actually, Deadly Dispute in the Marvel set. I mean, it makes sense flavor-wise for a villain. Am I right? But any case here, you sacrifice an artifact or a creature, draw 2 cards, leave behind a treasure token to ramp. Decoy Ploy. So this is another one of our cards. We can choose one or both. Return a villain card from the graveyard to our hand or a hero card from the graveyard to our hand. We don't actually have any heroes in this deck per se, but some of the changelings in our deck can allow us to utilize this at its max value. Doom Reign Supreme. So this is an enchantment plan and one of our few rares in the deck here. This enchantment plan we used in one of our earlier streams we did when Marvel kicked off here. Whenever a villain we control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Put a plan counter on it. Once we put 5 plan counters on it, you then sacrifice this plan. When you do, target opponent exiles the top 5 cards of their library. You can cast 2 spells from among the exiled cards for free, which is really sweet for the deck. Kashi, you haven't been live for a bit. Yeah, it's been a couple days for us, but thanks again for joining us today. How are you doing, by the way? Hopefully everyone having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for being here, by the way. Yeah, just again, and for those that don't know, my schedule tends to be a little chaotic, honestly, just because of just how real world stuff goes. So I try to squeeze in streams where I can. At the very minimum, we always try to do at least 2 streams a week, just to at least try to maintain some semblance of consistency. But yeah, I'll appreciate you still being here just the same. Any case, continuing on here with the rest of our deck tech, we have Fanatical Offering here. You sacrifice an artifact or a creature just like the Deadly Dispute. However, you get a map token in addition to drawing 2 cards. Hammerhead Magia Boss here. So 2 mana, 2/1 human rogue villain. It's a legendary creature. You sacrifice an artifact or a creature to put a +1/+1 counter on Hammerhead. What's nice about this card is it is at instant speed and there's no limits on this. So you can sacrifice pretty much your whole board if actually you can pull off a sweet little combo with this. But we'll talk about what I mean by that in a bit. Red Room Recruit, a human spy villain. When it enters, it connives. In other words, draw a card, discard a card, but if you discarded an online card, put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. Shieldred's Edict here, so this allows us to then we can choose one of these things. Make an opponent sacrifice a non-token creature, a token creature, or a planeswalker at instant speed. Villainous Syndication here. This is an enchantment plan. You tap an untapped villain you control to mill a card, and then put a plan counter on the enchantment. However, you can only do this at sorcery speed. However, when the 4th plan counter is put on this enchantment, sacrifice it, and if you do, return another creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if it's one thing that I've known, of course, from my years of various media, which is like cartoons and whatnot, comics and everything, when it comes to villains, you can never really assure that villains are actually truly defeated, at least until you see the body itself completely dead. So obviously this is a great way to kind of highlight that with this deck, because no matter what, as long as our cards don't get exiled from the graveyard, we can still keep bringing back our villains in a various set of ways. Utilizing here also, we have a Braid here, destroying an artifact, or use it to deal 3 damage to a creature. Hydra, Assault Robot here. So this is an artifact creature robot villain, 1/3 here, that says whenever another villain and or creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. So it just helps us ping out our opponent as we keep getting more and more villains on the field or even artifacts. Really sweet card, actually. Speaking of which, we also have Impact Tremors here, so this helps us with any creature that enters. We can ping our opponent for 1 point of additional damage. Angrath's Rampage here makes another great edict effect for our opponent here. We can choose one. Make an opponent sacrifice an artifact of their choice, a creature of their choice, or a planeswalker of their choice. Rakdos Charm here. You can use this as Graveyard Hate, destroying an artifact, or pinging your opponent for 1 damage for each creature they have. So this can be a great way if they somehow go bigger than us, and we could just really burn them out with this card. Hilarious card if you actually manage to anti-combo your opponent with that. We'll use cards to help us ramp, such as Aang's Journey here, Environmental Sciences. These are colorless spells that allows us to then search our library for basic land cards and put them into our hand. Arcane Signet is also here for ramping purposes as our mana rock here. Collector's Vault here allows us to just discard cards and draw cards to create treasure tokens. We have Swiftfoot Boots here to put on Madam Hydra to give her hexproof and haste. In the 3-drop slot, we have again more ways to recur some of our villains, like Back for Seconds here. Bring back 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. If the spell is Bargained, however, you can bring back a creature card with a mana value of 4 or less directly to the battlefield and put the other card into your hand. Baron Strucker, Hydra Overlord here. So this is a human villain that gives all of our villains a cheaper casting cost of 1, and then whenever another villain we control enters, you can have it connive. However, you can only do this once a turn, but it can be a good way to help churn through our deck. Bastard of Remembrance here, so this again just helps us with the life gain and drain shenanigans that we will have with Hydra, Assault Robot, Impact Tremors. However, whenever a creature dies, we can make an opponent lose 1 life, and that's how we gain 1 life back. Construct a Cosmic Cube. So this is another enchantment plan here that's black. Whenever you draw a second card each turn, you create a villain token and then put a plan counter on the enchantment. Once you put 7 plan counters on this enchantment, sacrifice it, and when you do, we can control our opponent for their next turn. So this is actually a hilarious card to hose your opponent if we manage to get just enough plan counters on this. It might be a little tricky to do because 7 is a bit much, but if we can do this, most likely your opponent is going to concede in the spot because nobody wants to be controlled against their will with their own deck, which is hilarious. Criminal Enterprise here is another enchantment. This one's not a plan, but it still works for our deck. When this enchantment enters, create a villain token. Whenever a villain we control dies, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent, and we can gain 1 life. So again, just helps us stack up stuff just like Bastard of Remembrance, but specifically it's for villains. Doombot Harbinger here, robot villain artifact creature with flying, 2/1. When it enters, mill 4 cards. When it dies, you can exile the card and bring back a creature card from our graveyard to our hand. So again, more ways for villains to just keep coming back no matter what. The Spots Portal here, instant speed, 3 mana. Put target creature on the bottom of its owner's library. We lose 2 life, however, unless we control a villain. So great for us to just tuck something away we kind of have a hard time dealing with in that moment, and hopefully we can answer it later on. Tombstone Career Criminal here, human villain legendary creature, 2/2, gives also another cheaper cost to our villains, making them 1 less to cast, and when Tombstone enters, return target villain card from their graveyard to our hand. Again, more ways for us to recur our villains, so with the sacrificing of them, it's actually not really a bad thing for our deck. We get a lot of value from the graveyard. Withering Torment here is just like a Braid here, but it's the enchantment version, destroying a creature or an enchantment, but we will lose 2 life. Hydra Crew, 3 mana. Create a 2/1 black villain creature token with menace, and then creatures you control get an extra +1/+0 until end of turn. So a great way to kind of pump out our whole team and really push through damage against opponents. Machinesmith Automaton here, 3 mana, 2/2 robot villain with trample. Whenever another artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Sundering Eruption here can either be a land in a pinch, or you use it to destroy a basic land, make an opponent, or if ourselves we destroy the land, get out a basic for us. Bullseye Death Dealer here, so 3 mana, human assassin villain, 2/3. When Bullseye enters, sacrifice an artifact or discard a non-land card. When you do, Bullseye can then hit 2 damage to any target. For 3 mana and sacrificing an artifact or discarding another non-land card, you can have Bullseye keep pinging any target you want. So Bullseye can actually be a pretty good alternate commander for your deck if you just want to use this and sacrifice artifacts, discard cards, and just keep pinging away with Bullseye himself. So you can use him instead of Madam Hydra, but you will kind of have to tweak your deck a little bit more. But we'll talk about that again near the end of the stream. We also will utilize your ultimate Green Goblin, 3 mana, 5/4 human goblin villain. Actually, not a human, sorry. At the beginning of your upkeep, you discard a card, but you get to create a treasure token. He also has Mayhem of 3, so you can cast him for that cost, which is actually kind of the same as the main one, but again, provides value if you again just want to use them for the Mayhem ability. Changeling Wayfinder here, technically not a villain for the deck, but it is a changeling, so it is an honorary villain for us. Just helps us with ramping by digging out basic lands. Furdok Core is going to be another one of our mana rocks here in the 3-drop slot, but this is a shapeshifter changeling, so it does count to trigger off Madam Hydra, even though it technically is not a creature unless we turn it on to be one. Patchwork Banner here, we love this card anytime we have a creature deck for us. We're obviously going to pick villains to give all of those villains an extra +1/+1 pump and tap it to add 1 mana of any color. In the 4-drop slot, we have used Graveshifter here. Again, even more ways to recur all of our villains for us. It's a changeling, so it is an honorary villain. It enters, bring back a creature card from our graveyard to our hand. Robot Domination here, so 4 mana enchantment plan here. Whenever 1 or more creatures are put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card, you lose 1 life, and put a plan counter on the enchantment. Once you get 3 plan counters on it, sacrifice this enchantment and create 3 2/2 colorless robot villain artifact creature tokens. Whew, say that 3 times fast. Okay, almost done, everybody. Thunderbolt's Conspiracy here, 4 mana, flash enchantment here. When another villain you control dies, return to the battlefield under its control with a finality counter on it. However, it now becomes a hero in addition to its other types. So, I honestly don't know the flavor for this, but I do know, of course, it has to do with the Thunderbolts. So if somebody can kind of clue me on that, let me know. I'm a little bit lost on that one there, but I kind of get the idea of what it's trying to do. Anyway, moving on here, we also have Electra, Daughter of the Hand here. So this is a human ninja villain. She has Sneak of 3. When she enters, destroy a creature with an opponent controls with power 3 or less. So you can sneak her in, kind of like a fixed version of ninjutsu, but it still works for any unblocked creatures that are attacking. We have Fell the Profane here, so again, it can either be a land for us or just use it as a spot removal piece for creatures and planeswalkers. We'll use Thanos Death Consort here, so 4 mana Eternal Villain. Oh wow, Eternal is actually now a creature type? Huh. I thought he would have been a demigod. In any case, moving on, he has lifelink, and whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Thanos. So we will get bigger and bigger as the game progresses. Titanium Man, so a human villain legendary artifact creature, 4 mana 3/4. When Titanium Man attacks, choose one of these. He can either gain flying or ping down 1 point of damage to any target. Avengers Under Siege here, so 4 mana. I don't know why I keep saying 5 mana. We're almost to the 5 mana, but we're not there yet. 4 mana Saga here, so create 2 villain creature tokens on the first part. Part 2, 2 damage to each non-villain creature and each opponent. So that's like a good little low-level wrath for our deck. And of course, create a treasure token for each villain you control. Keep in mind, these are going to be untapped, so you actually can get a lot of good value from this. We'll also have Carnage, Crimson Chaos from the Spider-Man set. Symbiote Villain here, 4/3, 4 mana, Trample, and also has Mayhem of 2. When Carnage enters, bring back a creature card with a mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it gains when this creature attacks each combat if able, and when it ends up dealing combat damage to a player, you then have to sacrifice it. So kind of a good way to just throw something out there just to get 1 more piece of extra value. If you want to, you can actually chain these off with cards such as, say, like, what is it? Tombstone here, just again bring more of our stuff back and just kind of make sure we can keep bringing stuff over and over again from the graveyard. In the 5-drop slot, we'll throw in Black Cat, Cunning Thief here, 5 mana 2/3 human rogue villain. When she enters, dig 9 cards deep out of your opponent's library. Exile 2 of those cards face down and put the rest into the bottom of their library in a random order. You can also play the exile cards as long as they remain exiled. And then, of course, you can use mana however we want you to cast those spells. Basically, Black Cat just comes in, steals 2 cards from our opponent's deck, and we can save them for when we want them. Completely nice way to kind of mess with our opponent and steal their good stuff. MODOK here, 5 mana 2/2 artifact creature villain. He has flying and he has lifelink, which is actually kind of good because he's a self-contained little engine piece on his own. He has 1 ability where you pay 3 life and then MODOK connives. You can only do this during your turn. However, for its other ability, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. So you can actually hose them and weaken them enough where MODOK can do some good damage there. Villainous Wrath, probably one of our best wraths for the deck itself. Target opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures you control, so keep in mind you actually will make them drain out first, and then you destroy all creatures. So this could be a great way to just completely hose your opponent and shrink down their life to close enough where you can get them out. Rooftop Percher here is a colorless shapeshifter changeling here, so he has flying, so that does mean he is an honorary villain when we need him to be. When this creature enters, exile 2 target cards from graveyards, and we just gain 3 life for value. We throw in, of course, the Masters of Evil here. So Human Villain gives all of our villains an extra +2/+1 pump, and you can also discard a card to search your library for any plan card and put it into your hand. So this will be a great way to dig out the key pieces you're going to need to actually get a little bit more value out of your deck. Ultimo Civilization's End, 6 mana, Robot Villain, 6/5, Menace. When Ultimo enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice, and for 3 mana and discarding the card, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. So kind of, again, good edict effect. Again, it's on the top end of the curve. He's just mostly here just because he's a big giant robot. And then finally, in the 7-drop slot, we'll throw in Blood-Soaked Insight here. So this could be a great card that if you want to, hopefully manage to get this only for 2 mana, because this card will cost 1 less to cast for each 1 life your opponent has lost in a turn. So you can technically cast this for as cheap as 2 mana if you're able to pull it off. Either way, you exile the top 3 cards of an opponent's library, and basically you can cast those cards away from them. So another great way to steal stuff from your opponents, but if nothing else, it's a tap land. Now, before we get started, again, just our mana base here is going to be a cheap one because we are a budget deck to kick this off. We'll have Bajuka Bog for exiling graveyards, 11 swamps, 3 mountains, a great furnace, Vault of Whispers, so we can use these to exile artifacts shenanigans, and all the tap lands we could squeeze in here, which is Bloodfilled Caves, Drossfort Bridge, Foreboding Ruins, Geothermal Bog, Hell's Kitchen, Jagged Barrens, Sulphurous Mire, Tramway Station, Arid Archway to bounce back any lands, and we can reuse them. Command Tower is a staple for any kind of multicolored deck. Demolition Field and Volatile Fault are non-basic land hate. Great Hall of the Citadel, we do have a lot of legendaries, so this is great fixing for that. Secluded Courtyard, Unclaimed Territory, and Villainous Hideout all benefit villain cards specifically. And that is Hail Hydra for the Brawl format. So, as always, we finally got through that deck tech real quick, everyone. So, let's now take the deck into casual Brawl, at least for now. But the competitive Brawl will get the upgraded version later on. But for now, let's take this in, and let's see if our villains can pull off some evil, sneaky wins. That's what we're trying to shoot for today, everyone. We want to play as villainous as possible. Okay, so now that we finally got that all out of the way, how's everyone's week been going so far, everybody? Hopefully you've all been having fun out there. Originally today, we were going to try to do the midweek magic, and I realized, oh, it's Momir. So no offense to anybody that likes Momir. It's too random for me to enjoy. So that's why I realized, wait, we can do the villain deck we've been putting off for so long now. So I'm actually looking forward to this villain deck. Should be a good one, right? Right? Okay. Any case here, while we're waiting for our opponents, so another question for everyone. So everyone saw the handful of Star Trek cards we got yesterday. What are your thoughts on the Star Trek cards? Seriously. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are you on the fence yet? Or are you going to wait for the whole set to come out later on this year? Let me know in the comments, everyone, about what your thoughts are on Star Trek cards that have been sneakily snuck out for us. We won't get the set until November, so this is actually really early previews for us. Let me know, everyone, and I'd love to hear from you. But until then, okay, so what do we got here? All right, got the Bastion, Bullseye, Felt the Profane. We don't have red mana, but I think we can keep this. Hopefully we could be able to draw into it. Meanwhile, our opponent is playing with Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order from the Ninja Turtle set. We never played this card initially. We didn't really have time to do it. Oh, there we go. There's our red mana. Okay, so for now, we'll play the Swamp, play a Vat of Rebirth, just to get us started. And we'll go from there. Okay, so this will be interesting. That means it's going to be a lot of counter shenanigans. There we go. Never put a counter on their opponent, they get to draw a card, but they can only do that once a turn. So they will be providing a good engine for themselves in a bit. Oh, we got cut down here. That's good. So first we will Volcanic Fissure. Cut down. Okay, so they do get a counter on the rabbit, but that's okay. Mikey and Leo at least go bye-bye for now. So they sacrifice their aura. That means they get counters on stuff. Yikes. That's not good for us. Okay, opponent's going to get some basics out, so that means they can ramp out Mikey and Leo next turn if they want to. Okay, so for now, no block yet. Although they both have trample, which is actually not good for us. Okay, Avengers Under Siege. Normally I like seeing that, but I don't know if that's going to help us out now. Choose villain. Okay, Madam Hydra coming in. No attacks yet. So the plan now, we want to see if we can make some more value here. Okay, opponent swinging. Most likely. There we go. Nope, nope. Yes, nope. Okay. Opponent is swinging. No. Okay, make up your mind, opponent. It's one or the other. Either attack or you don't attack. It's not that hard. Okay, so for now, we're just going to have to sponge the hit. Don't want to, but we don't have a choice. Okay, Bastion of Remembrance does Tragar off along with Vat of Rebirth, so we get some life back. Environmental Science. Okay, so for now, okay, we'll do it this way. Hydra. Make our tokens. We will Environmental Sciences. Let's get out a... Get out a mountain. Need some life for that. Put that down. No attacks. Ugh. Might have to wait this out just a smidge. But it's okay. This is casual Brawl for now, so we're not worried too much about... Oh dear. Railway Brawler is... That's a force. This guy's going to start putting counters on everything. Okay. Well. I don't know if we're going to get out of this one here. Opponent could swing and push us down to 9 if they want to. Ozlip the Shattered Spire. Okay. Fail to Profane. We can sponge 1 hit. Okay. Erdon, Dramoka Warrior. Ooh. Spartan put counters on stuff. Gain their life back. Oh boy. Alright. Well, I think now we're cooked. 2 big swings here. They hit us for swinging for 13. And, oh wow, they both have trample too. Okay. Dang, we have to actually block with everything. Oh, and that also has... Oh, we're dead anyway. No, forget it. I'm not going to do it. We'll just take the L. Dang. Counters went off way faster than I thought there, but... Oh, well. Villains lose that one there, but that's okay. We still have time. We're going to try to rally back here. It's only the first game. It's not a big deal, everyone. I know our villains can get some sneaky wins in. We got this. We got this. Okay, looks like we're just playing against Ninja Turtle players today. Now it's Dark Leo and Shredder instead. Huh. Okay. Well, it is what it is. So let's see. What do we want here? The Bauble will be nice if we can get another land, but we also don't have enough to actually do this. So let's see. I think we might have to mulligan this one. Let's see. Get that free mulligan in. Okay, this can work. This can work. We'll keep this hand. Okay. Can't get down the Vat of Rebirth initially. Okay, oh, divest. Alright, opponent has to actually use divest. That's annoying. So that means they throw away one of our creatures. That stinks. So it's going to be either Ultimate Green Goblin. If they want to cripple us, that would be Changeling Wayfinder, because that means then we can't ramp. Oh, they throw away Green Goblin. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. Unclaimed territory on Villain. We'll go from there. Okay. Dark Leo and Shredder are coming down now. Okay, Geothermal Bog, not bad, but not quite what we need right now. Alright, top land. Shattered Sanctum. Okay. So they hit us with Dark Leo. They're creating ninja tokens. Okay. Let's see. Put that down. Name Villain. Changeling Wayfinder. Alright. Let's go ahead and start getting out some of our lands. Yep. They got a basic. Got a swamp. Alright. So if we can get MODOK down, that actually also would be another way we can help ourselves out here. Arcane Signet. Okay. Opponents. They equip. A protection from black. Oh, jeez. A protection from black. Okay. So, let's see. Ooh, they got Death Touch too. That stinks. Okay. We'll just block here for now, just to prevent that from going off. At least for now. Okay, so let's see here. What do we want? I guess we try Madam Hydra. Maybe this will work. At least I'm hoping so. So the idea right now should be... Madam Hydra comes out. We can use MODOK. If they start making ninja tokens, we can blow those away in a second. No blocks. So let's see. If they do combat damage, let's see. Okay, one target planeswalker, one artifact. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh dear. Jeez. Okay. Do we have a way? No, we don't have a way of dealing with that. Okay. So the Kunoichi does get us in. Deals its damage. Okay. They make a token. Yeah, they don't equip. Okay. Well, maybe that might help us out just a little bit. Okay, MODOK coming in. Blows up the token. We'll activate the ability by going to that. We connive. What do we want, though? Throw away the Sundering Eruption. Pass here. Okay. So let's see. They're down to 3 cards. Or 2 cards now. we're just trying to find a way to just split. Oh, okay. I don't know why they did the last Ronin technique, except for just they didn't really do anything, but okay. You opponent. Okay. Well, jeez. Okay, we'll take the damage. Go to 8. So lifelink on here might be what's gonna save us. Oh, I forgot that's an artifact. Okay. Well, that didn't help. So they make a token. Oh, jeez. Wow. Did the UP sets really power up the Brawl formats? Because it feels like now we're just completely getting borked here. Dang, I want our deck to do stuff, but it looks like we're not getting a chance to do our thing. Okay, Carnage Tyrants. Is there really anything we could use that for? Okay. Okay, Masters of Evil. Can give all of our other villains +2/+1, but this might be too. Oh, okay, they got removal. All right, fine, opponents. Come on! No! Wow, 2 L's in a row, and it feels like our deck has not had a chance to do anything. Dang. Well, that kind of stinks. Okay, well, we're still not giving up. We've only just gotten started, so we'll see. We can try to see if we can get our villainous victories here, if you will. Okay. This time around, we actually got a hero we're fighting against. Okay, so it's Tony Stark / Iron Man. So let's see. Maybe we can get some wins here. Okay, so with that, let's see. Got 2 lands here. Collector's Vault can help us just churn through our deck if we want to. Play the Swamp for now. We got a Fatal Push, which is good for the early game. At least it's something. Got MODOK again. Villainous Hideout. We will play play Bob. I mean, he does count, so he helps us out a little bit there. Okay. Opponents. Cold Steel Heart. Okay, looks like they're going to start getting the ramp on. Got a cut down we may not need, so for now, Collector's Vault. Okay, Bob has to bounce back, but we drain our opponent out. I think you actually could build something with him, and I think Norwin the Wary, where they both, again, just exile and bounce themselves back and forth with their abilities. I wonder if maybe we can do a deck around that. I'll have to research that a little bit later on. All right, we got Collector's Vault. We need lands, though. We really do need lands. Come on, deck. Show me some love with some lands. Okay, okay, it's a tap land, but I guess it counts for something. Okay, play Bob again. Okay, opponent's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana open. They've taken advantage of the fact that we haven't had a chance to make up any good board state. Okay, Iron Man. Diverging Destiny. Unstoppable Plan. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Hell's Kitchen. Life Gain. Okay, opponents. We'll draw a card. Okay. Ooh, got an Abrade. That's actually pretty good. That's good for us. Okay. Play Bob. He actually helps us out here with one thing. We can cut down right now. Okay, opponent, do you have an answer? They technically have 2 mana open. Maybe? Yes? No? Opponent. Okay, Iron Lad is down. That's good. Okay. Trying to maintain control of the board here. Not easy, but we do have at least some answers here. A Braid, if they use it as an artifact, can blow away Invincible Iron Man. Hopefully, however, they do not have any big artifacts they can use. But what do they do? What are we doing? So Iron Man is coming in. Ugh. Okay, we can't Fatal Push it, unfortunately. Do they cheat in a big artifact? What artifact are they getting? Walls of Bossing Say. Okay. So, thankfully, we do have ways of stopping that. It's not impossible. So, for that, opponent thinks they're so clever. Okay. We just need to fight through this. So, for now, Okay, with this doesn't have that on it, so now everything is back to being vulnerable again. So there we go. Okay, Madam Hydra coming in. Opponents. Okay, so the game plan now. We have Grave Shifter. We have Bob. We can start making tokens. We managed to slow down our opponent just a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. Okay. Opponent's floating all the mana. What you doing, opponents? What we got? Okay, so while our opponent is also thinking of stuff here, another question for everybody here. Is anybody actually looking forward to the Star Trek set? Serious question on that one. Look forward to it? Did you like anything we saw, or did you dislike it? What are your thoughts, everyone? Feels like everything's still a little iffy on it from what I've seen. Okay, okay. Opponent has now ran out their hand, so they got nothing. They swinging. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Okay. So our opponent has finally ran out their hand. That should be good for us. We will play... How do I want to do this? Okay, play Bob. Make a villain. Okay. And then from here... No attacks still. We need to build up our board of villains. Okay. Did they get an artifact off of that? Oh, they probably did. Okay. So, good news for this, however, is we actually do have a way of getting around this. Because the spot does not destroy. It actually allows us to just flip stuff. So, Krang goes bye-bye. Sorry, opponent. You lose Krang. Too bad. Okay, so for that, now we actually can block here, which is great. Nice. So Foundry Inspector goes bye-bye. Go to 15. Okay. Now we just got to slow them down. Just a little bit more. Changeling Wayfinder. That's not bad either. So for this, let's see. What do we want here? Okay. Play Grave Shifter. Make a villain token. Again. Alright. Okay, we bring back MODOK. At least this will help us slow him down. Okay. Iron Man, unfortunately, is 6 mana, so we can't blow him up just yet. But we can cast Bob. Make the life gain and drain shenanigans work. Okay. Replicating Ring still keeps going. Ugh. That's actually going to go off pretty quick here. Did our opponent get any... Okay, no artifacts. That's fine. So they can swing if they want to for 5. Okay. But hopefully we can catch up here in the next couple turns. Opponents. Okay, it's just land. Phew. Okay. Okay, so it's our turn now. Ooh, Shielder. Okay, so this is actually one of our sweeter ones here. So for that, first off... how do we want to do this? Okay, Changeling Wayfinder makes a villain. It does count, so that's nice. I think we might be able to finally stabilize here. Just barely. Okay, Changeling Wayfinder digs out a basic for us. That's good. We'll get off with Swamp, of course. Play the Swamp. And then from here, now we can actually start doing some good stuff here. Swing with our only villain. Since it has Menace, Iron Man can't block, so we can get through some damage easily there. Okay. Okay. So from here... Opponents. Children's Edict. So they have to sacrifice Invincible Iron Man. That's good for us. Okay. Down. Phew. Okay. So they have to spend 8 mana if they actually want to cast him again. Oh, Tony Stark side. Oh, that's actually really good. Opponent, you should not have done that. Tony Stark, say goodbye. Fatal Push does work on Tony Stark's side, though, because he's only 2 mana. Opponent. Ooh. They sacrifice Lembas. Okay, cool. Phew. Okay, I think we finally managed to stabilize here just enough. It's going to cost him 10 mana to bring him back. Ooh, another Iron Man. Okay. Either way, that's not bad for us. I think we should be okay. Okay. Make another Hydra token. Okay, so from here, we will connive just once, and we'll throw away the boots. Okay. So from here, swing, swing, swing. And you know, actually, we'll swing 2 there. Okay, big swing here. Down to 14. Okay, we are trying here. We really are. I think we might be able to flip the plan counter on the next turn. Ooh, Invincible Iron Man coming back again. Okay. All right. Does he get a... Okay. Oh, nothing yet. If he swings here, we might be able to win on the next turn. All depends on what our opponent does. Okay, they do big swing here. Okay, so we take 7. We go to 2. Okay. Okay, I think we can do this. I think we can do this. Okay, they untap everything. Okay, Vault of Whispers. So, play the Vault of Whispers. Doom Reign Supreme. Alright. We play Bob. Make a token off of that. Life gain, drain our opponents. Life gain, drain our opponents. Common Crook. Alright. Make another token. Alright. Nice. Okay, so from there... You know what? We're just going to go for broke. Okay, 1 there. Eaten Alive does go bye-bye. That's okay. And then for that... Big swing here. Might as well. Because we're going to lose next turn, so we might as well just go out swinging. Very villainous of us to do. Do we survive this hit? Oh, oh, did we get him? We got him! Oh my goodness. We did it. Our villains got there. Round of applause for the evil villains. They have beaten Iron Man. All right, nice. Very nice. Well, I guess I miscounted there. I was like, wait, do we win here? Okay, we did. Phew, okay, see? Then I can totally win. I was totally right the whole time. All right, so hopefully we'll use this momentum now to actually get back into this fight. Okay, so there we go. Villains do have what it takes to actually get some victories here and there. Granted, only just 1 right now, but it's good. All right, so from here... Okay, got the Wayfarer's Bauble. Our land base is a little iffy, but it technically can work. If we're willing to make everything go off here. Okay, so with that, play the bridge and pass. Okay, opponents, they're playing with Cosmic Spider-Man, so it's going to be all spiders to them. We did technically play this card before when it was called the Earth Spider, when it was the Owen Paths. Everyone remember Owen Paths? Did y'all like it when it was Owen Paths, or actually are you happy with it now actually being Spider-Man? Okay. Toggle. Fine. Oh, that's not a spider. Okay. Well, I guess they're using it for ramp, opponent, so do what you gotta do. Okay, Bauble. Okay, so we are a little, again, slow, but we'll still manage with what we have. Mountain. Okay, Twitching Doll. So I guess our opponent's just trying to use these other cards just to ramp. Interesting. Upright. Ooh, okay. That's actually pretty good for us. For now, Common Crook. We will take our time. Hopefully this should work out just how I'm expecting it to. Okay, Cosmic Spider-Man coming in. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ugh. This is not good. Ouch. Ouchies, ouchies. Unclaimed territory. We will play, of course, on villain. Okay. So from there... Alright, so Withering Torment, at the very least, stops Cosmic Spider-Man. Alright. Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta keep fighting. No swings, of course, here. We want to make sure we can keep it alive. Okay. Veil Bastards is cracked. So that means, let's see, they need 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Oh, they can still have enough. Ugh. How is it that, again, their deck's going to be that much more consistent than ours? Just honestly, a question like that. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Just always feels like your opponents, even when they play 5-color, just can get exactly what they need. Okay, Cosmic Spider-Man. Alright. They do their shenanigans again. Okay, down to 7. No. Not looking good. Jeez. Did we really not put in enough of anything? Okay. Baron. Bajuka Bog. Okay. So, no attacks. Okay, if they get another pump, we're dead. There's not really anything else we can do here. Okay, Silk, Sticky Web. Okay, wait. Oh, it gives them haste, too. Okay. So in that case, then... Yeah, we're dead. Dang. Villains. Well, I guess villains do live up to their name. They don't always beat the good guys. In this case here, we're no exception. We're still taking L's here. We've only gotten 1 win with the deck so far on budget, but that's okay, everyone. We will try to flip this into the upgraded version just a little bit later on. But I do believe our villains can sneak by a couple more wins. So hang in there for a little bit longer. In a little bit, though, we are going to see in competitive Brawl, with an upgraded version of the deck, how we can really, really push damage through. Or at least try to make this deck a little bit more scarier, if you will, once we get to a certain point. Okay. Now, Raph and Mikey Troublemakers. All right, so... Ugh. My least favorite card to see in any deck so far. Raph and Mikey Troublemakers is just literally trouble for us. Okay, Wayfarer's Wobble. Okay, we're going to try to ramp also as quick as we can, but they're in the right colors for ramping. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off, but we'll try. We will try. Opponents, what you got? Okay, Temple of Abandon. They're just going to scry out. Okay, Thanos, not really helping now, but that's okay. Ping our opponent for 1. They go to 24. Okay, opponents, another land. Newfound Adventure / Farseek. So they get out a mountain out of that. Okay, they got their commercial district, so they get to surveil. Okay. Fanatical Offering. Okay, so for now, we don't have a choice here. We're going to have to just do this to get a land. We need to keep up with stuff. Get that swamp. All right. Okay. We might play Ultimate Green Goblin if it comes down to it. But we'll see here. Talisman of Impulse. Okay, opponent has been pretty good about getting their ramp in. Overlord. Okay. Alright, so that means Raph and Mikey are going to be coming down next turn, and we don't really have much to do. So we will try, but it doesn't look good already. Dang, everyone's just playing... Like, a lot of these UB cards just feel so explosive now. Is it just me? Are we playing just too fair these days? Whatever happened to the good old days of fair Magic? Just feels like everyone now just ramp into big dumb stuff and that's it. I know that makes it sound like I'm complaining, but you can see here Vorinclex. Okay. Alright. Well, we can try to get around this, but it's not looking good. I already go to 12. Okay, Overlord. Swamp there. Oh boy. Is there really anything that's going to help us here? Maybe Modoc. Softens up the other stuff. We will connive. What do we throw away then? I guess we throw away... Bash Remembrance. We can take this up if we need to. Draw another card. Let's see. Fanatical Offering. Up to 4. No attacks. Pass. Alright, well, not quite where we want to be at, but I am trying here. We're not making this look any easier. Okay, opponents. 2 forests in hand. Vorinclex is ready to do his thing. Do Raph and Mikey steal some more, or I should say, cheat out some big stuff? Opponents. What you got? What you got? Garrick's Uprising. Okay. As if they don't need any more trample. Okay. Guardian Project. Okay. More card draw shenanigans. Opponent, are we swinging? They are swinging. Okay. Alright. Michelangelo. So from that, we'll just have to take the hit there. At least with Michelangelo, we can stop. We go to 3 temporarily. Back up to 7. Okay. So from here... Okay, 4 Boding Ruins. A little awkward now, but okay. Do it this way. Aang's Journey. We need to dig out another basic. That's what we want right now. Okay, get the swamp. Gain some more life. Play the swamp. We can... Let's see. I guess... Maximizing our damage here is probably our most essential thing. So we'll play Ultimate Green Goblin. He has a 5/4, so it does allow us to sponge some hits. We can connive. Opponents. Let's see. No. Opponent! Okay, come on. Okay, that's annoying. Still take action. I guess we'll get out then the Bog. Still connive. And then we'll throw away... Oh, actually, no. Didn't really want to do this, but okay. Okay. Play Bob. Okay, no attacks. So at least if they swing now, we do have at least 2 ways of just sponging hits for a little bit. It's not going to have a chance to do much, but we'll try. We are trying. Balefire Dragon. Okay. You would have thought the Raph and Mikey decks would have gone to the competitive side of this, but you would be wrong. Okay, Sirach and Goreclaw, they swing also. Big, dumb creatures doing big, dumb things. Okay. I don't even know what I want to block here. Because, yeah, they'll have trample. Okay. That's... I mean, we're dead either way. Villains on a budget just can't catch a break. And once again, we take another L. All right. Let's try this deck one more time. Doesn't look like villains are going to get a chance to do much this time around on a budget, but, I mean, we're trying with what we have. Sometimes I do have to remind myself, even when you play budget decks, other opponents do not care that we played budget decks, and they will play with whatever they can within the bracket/format they can play in. So keep that in mind whenever you see our decks. Usually I know it always looks like our decks never really win that much, but they actually can get some surprisingly good wins here and there. They can squeak by with what they got. But just be aware of that. The deck, technically, if you put it together in paper, I think considers itself a bracket 1 or 2 deck. Just FYI. So if you're looking for something that's at least, you know, cheap and fun for, again, lower power tables, this actually can be a fun deck. But it is tricky just because most of the opponents we're facing against do not care, and they will play their pseudo bracket 4 deck, if you count it as Brawl, for us. Okay. FYI's aside. Ooh, okay, Dark Ritual's actually not too shabby too. So let's see, how do we do this here? Play the Jagged Barons first. Okay. So, I think our best way of doing this... Okay, so how do we do this? Dark Ritual. So we got 3 mana to work with. Arid Archway. Bouncing back the Jagged Barons. And let's see, Surveil. So that does count as a desert. We'll keep that on top. We will play Hammerhead and the Bauble. Okay. That at least helps us get a bit back into this fight. Right? If they blow up Hammerhead, that's fine. Ellie Gamer. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. I got a joke for you. What do you call a one-legged hippo? A hoppo? What? That's just absolutely silly, by the way. But I do like the cheesy joke. I am going to steal that. I'm going to steal that. Okay, T'Challa. Black Panther. Okay, so just FYI, we actually haven't done a Black Panther deck yet, but that is also in the pipeline at some point, so don't worry. We'll get that going too. All right, so Great Hall of the Citadel or Jagged Barrens. If we play this... Actually, no, we'll do it this way. Ping our opponent again. We will sacrifice the bauble. What? Let's see. We'll get out Swamp. I like the joke, though. That was cute, though. We'll swing with Hammerhead, because there's no way they're going to block with T'Challa. Right? Right? And then T'Challa makes these Vibraniums, which are basically Power Stones, but indestructible. So I guess slightly upgraded? Maybe? Okay. In the meantime here. Okay, so we at least have our ramp set to go. So that's nice. Okay, T'Challa's still swinging. Go to 23. Okay, Shielded Z. Okay, that'll be great too. So Great Hall of the Citadel. We will play Madam Hydra now. If our opponent blows up any one of our creatures, we can at least trigger off the Fatal Push. All depends on what our opponent does here. The cheesier, the cheddar. Yes. I do like the cheesy joke. So yeah, I can be a sucker for a good cheesy joke here and there. So appreciate that. That felt good. It's nice to have a cute laugh here and there. Oop, opponent, you got something? Nope. Okay. All right, we're going to get our swings in. Yes, no, maybe. Opponents? Do you have an answer? Nope. Okay. Free damage here. Yes. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Down to 19. Okay. So, again, if we have to, Hammerhead can sacrifice Madam Hydra in a pinch. Fatal Push triggers, and then can get rid of T'Challa. So we have options. Or Shieldred's Edict can also blow away stuff. So there's paths here we have. There's paths. Okay. They're still making tokens. If I was to guess, our opponent has to have something in hand. So, what do you have, opponents? Spot removal. Soul Partition. Okay, so for that, yes, we'll sacrifice here with Hammerhead. Decline. We'll bring it back, actually, with Graveshifter. Fatal Push. Do you have another answer, opponents? Mythical. Oh, they have Mythical Coat. Okay, well, that's okay. Even if, though, we have to deal with that, that's okay. We still have several options here, so it's not the worst. So for that, Shieldred's Edict can actually help us out there. For now, though, let's play the Sundering. And we'll play Graveshifter. Bring back Madam Hydra. Back to our hand. Nice. All right, we swing. Hammerhead does go to push them to 16. Okay, we're getting a small little lead here. Maybe opponent's AFK? Sometimes it feels like they are. Not that we enjoy that, but that's okay. No big deal. Tokens? What does token even mean? Wait, did I say tokens or tokens? I sometimes mix up my words like that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. T'Challa. Okay, you think you got the edge here, opponent, but you are going to be wrong in just a moment here. They make their tap Vibranium, okay. So Shieldred, they have to sacrifice. Too bad. Nice. Okay, so T'Challa's off the field for now. So we do have a little bit of time now to reset ourselves here. Spring Loaded Saw Blades. Oh, opponent. Really? Wow. All right, we lose our Hammerhead. That's dumb. Of all the things they could have gotten. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Madam Hydra in. We'll play... Well, we can't really play the Masters of Evil just yet. Down to 14. Okay. So now... we need to draw cards, or we need to start buffing up stuff with the Cosmic Cube. Either way. Okay. Sariemma. Legendary Spacecraft. Okay. Oh, what is the Graveshifter card? Okay, so Graveshifter is a changeling here, shapeshifter, so technically it counts as all creature types. When it enters, bring back a creature card from our graveyard to our hand. So a great way to kind of recur some things. I do like the card. I like it because, especially for a black deck, whatever creature type you're supporting can support it. Also, come on, look at that art. It's kind of cute. Does make me a little sad, though, but it is kind of cute art, though. I do like the little changeling. It's like a cute little gremlin. Well, actually, technically, he would be a gremlin because he's a shapeshifter. Okay, T'Challa coming back. Okay. Opponent. Bringing back the King of Wakanda. But is that going to be enough? Okay, they discover again. Chamil doing things. Okay, Leyline Axe. Alright. They get counters. It's annoying, but that's okay. Decoy ploy. Okay. Well, that's actually not too bad for us. So, first off, let's play the Masters of Evil for full price. Nice. Alright. So, with that, swing with Graveshifter. Getting that damage in. Down to 10 opponents. We're closing in. Okay, we can construct the Cosmic Cube. Decoy Ploy is not too bad either. And Spot's Portal also helps us out too. Oh, opponent. They had Exercise, okay. So, plan here is Spot's Portal can be greatly used in a pinch here just to stop T'Challa here. Okay, Ultron Drone. Ooh. It's a little scary, but it's not the worst. Okay, Maul the Skyclave. Okay, opponents. Really trying here. Yeep. We got a 6 in like a blink of an eye. Ooh. Okay, Jamil still doing stuff. Jor's Familiar. Okay. More counters on stuff. Okay. Ooh, okay. Got a Braid. That's not too shabby either. So we need to have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5, technically 6 mana open. So let's see. How do we do this here? How do we stop this? I think... Okay. Okay. So let's see. Swing with the 1 villain. Okay. Push him to 8. We have to keep everything open for a moment here. All depends on what our opponent does here. Diamond Weapon. Okay, they go to 11. Thankfully, they are out of cards. So for here, opponent swings. Oop, nope. They do. They make their Vibranium. Okay, so for this, Spot Portal. There we go. Okay, bounce that back to your hand, opponents. Too bad. Too bad. Is this indestructible? Oh, it's not indestructible. Okay, oh, we can get around that too. Nice. Okay. Okay, everything gets unequipped, so that's good. Okay, so with that, equip that. Okay, that's fine. We need to wait for them to pass the turn. Oh, actually, no. We gotta do this now. Okay, destroy the artifact. Diamond Weapon. Down. Okay. Phew. So they tapped out of all their stuff, which is great for us. Whew. Okay, wow. That bought us time. Not much time. Because they got Scrawling Crawler now. Okay. Okay, Decoy Ploy. Okay, so return a villain card. Get back Hammerhead. Mostly we're just going to use him just to generate some value. Okay. Down to 5. Madam Hydra. Okay, so from here, swing with our 1 token. Okay, down to 6. Draw a card. Okay. All right. Torch the Tower's not a bad card, but we don't have the right mana to use it. Oh, I kind of wish we had that earlier. All right, so Jor's Familiar does get us here, and that's game. If we had the red mana open, we could have used Torch the Tower to blow up Familiar before the swing, and that actually might have bought us 1 more turn to get the victory, but we did not tap out correctly there. Although, to be fair, I probably should have manually tapped there. But it's okay, everyone. That one I honestly think we could have won, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Instead, let's actually now talk about what would happen if we take the time to upgrade the deck. So, for the remainder of the stream, we're going to be playing on the competitive Brawl side. We're going to be playing with an upgraded version of our nicely designed villain deck here. So, we're going to see if we can try to fix some of the issues we had with the main deck here. So, for that, we'll throw in cards like Mox Amber here, allowing us to tap for legendary artifact, so this can help us speed up our game plan a little bit faster here. Some of our stronger stuff will throw in Culling the Weak, so this can make us sacrifice a creature, but we can add 4 black mana, which is a lot faster for us to speed up the process. We have Reanimate here for 1 mana, bring back any one of our creature cards from a graveyard to the battlefield. We will lose a lot of life off of that, but that's a small price to pay to get our value. Scavenger's Talent here also helps us with food and also generating for us extra value when creatures go to the graveyard by making those tokens. Otherwise, other upgrades for the deck here that we want. So we're going to have to kind of skip through this a little bit here to kind of give you what we want. Okay, so to speed up our plan, we'll throw in Jet Medallion, and we also have Ruby Medallion, making all of our red and black spells 1 less to cast, so that's good. Lightning Greaves, and I've said this a million times, but I'm going to keep saying it. This is, again, budget-friendly in Arena. In paper, I think this card goes for like $6-7 now. If you think that's budget, go for it. If you want to add it to your paper deck, no problem off for me. But for those of you out there that don't want to spend $7 on an uncommon, yeah, that's why we saved it for the upgrade path. Otherwise, other upgrades here, we have Super Adaptoid here, so this is a robot villain. His power is equal to the number of legendary creatures we control, so he will get bigger once we get more legendaries. Whenever the Adaptoid enters or attacks, choose another target creature. If that creature has haste and it Super Adaptoid doesn't, put a haste counter on the Adaptoid, and you can do the same for flying, first strike, double strike, death touch, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and vigilance. So basically he'll just get bigger and stronger and do crazier stuff if our other creatures do have some extra value to them. We'll throw in also cards like the Ruinous Wrecking Crew here. So X and Rakdos colors, 2/2, human villain. The Wrecking Crew enters with X amount of +1/+1 counters on it. When it enters, choose up to X of these abilities based on how much you paid for the cost. You can discard and draw a card, destroy an opponent. Target opponent will lose 2 life, destroy a target token, or each creature or each player sacrifices a creature of their choice. So this can be great for us for a lot of good value if you're willing to scale up the amount you're going to pay. In terms of other upgrades to the deck here, we throw in Black Market Connections. So this actually helps us with the ramp package. It gives us, again, if we are willing to pay 1, we basically can make a treasure token. If we draw a card, we will lose 2 life. If we make a changeling/shapeshifter token, we lose 3 life. But this does count for villains, so we will use it in our deck. We'll throw in let's see, what else do we have here for the upgrades? We have Electro Assault Battery here. So human villain from the Spider-Man set, flying. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. So you can bank it to save it and use it later on. Anytime you cast an instant sorcery, you add red mana. When Electro leaves the battlefield, you may pay X. And if you do, he deals X amount of damage to target players. So we can burn out targets if we need to in a pinch. We'll throw now also Ares, God of War. So 3 mana, 4/3, God, Warrior Villain, attacks each combat turn if able. Whenever an attacking creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand. So even if you end up losing the cards, they bounce back to your hand, you can recast them and redeploy them, which is great for Madam Hydra because then we can make even more villain tokens. We'll throw in Kolaghan's Command as another way to help us get value. Kolaghan's Command, you can pick 2 of these options here. Either bringing back a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, make an opponent discard a card, destroy an artifact, or 2 damage to any target. Great value at any point in the game. We'll throw in Kingpin Wilson Fisk here. So he's a human villain, 3/6. He has Menace. Whenever you sacrifice Kingpin or another creature, create 2 treasure tokens, but you can only do this once each turn. Either way, that provides for us great value by getting us a ton of extra ramp in the form of treasures. Other upgrades for the deck that's going to help us out here. We have Grave Pact now, so this means that anytime a creature we control dies, we have to force an opponent to sacrifice a creature of their choice. So that's actually good for us to trim out the board. Other upgrades for the deck that we have, we'll throw in the other MODOK here. So we have the original one, but now we also have MODOK Evil Intellect here. So this version of him is a 3/5. He has flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target opponent sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. So we can keep drawing cards with him. He actually will then completely destroy the board on his own, which is really, really nasty for us. And then finally, we have to throw in the one and only Dr. Doom here. We played with him in his own standalone budget deck a couple weeks ago in a mono black build, but this version here just supports Madam Hydra. When Doom enters, create 2 3/3 colorless robot villain artifact creature tokens named Doombot. As long as you control an artifact creature or a plan, Dr. Doom has indestructible. And at the beginning of your end step, draw a card and lose 1 life. So he just provides great value just to keep churning through our deck, just making sure we get cards. We will lose some life, but we have many ways in the deck to gain life back. Now, as finally, the other major upgrades, of course, will be to the mana base itself, so no surprise there. We'll throw extra upgrades like Castle Lockway in here for card draw, Fire Exit Tower to sacrifice creatures to generate mana. We will throw in we'll throw in our other cards such as our rare dual lands, Blackleaf Cliff, Blazemire Verge, Pathway Land, Blood Crypt, Dark Fortress, Haunted Ridge, Rakdos Theater, Sulphurous Springs, Ancient Tomb, Bloodstained Mars our proper fetch land, Castle Doom, Cavernous Souls to make our stuff uncounterable. We'll upgrade to better fetches such as Fabled Passage here. Prismatic Vista. We have a Creature Land and Mutavault. We have Fountain Port here to generate value off of our tokens. Reflecting Pool, then tap mana of any land we control could produce. We'll keep, of course, the creature land. The creature support lands, I should say. Secluded Courtyard, Starting Town will help us out there. Unclaimed Territory stays in. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth turns all of our lands into swamps, so that's better for fixing for us. We'll keep the Villainous Hideout, and of course, we'll keep the Volatile Fault along with the Demolition Field. And that is now the upgraded version of our deck. So, can the upgraded version of our Hydra plan actually work? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, let's go ahead. Let's take... Wait, hold on. Hold on. Cancel. Forgot to actually properly click on the right spot. Okay, so mistakes are made. No big deal. Click on that. Brawl. Competitive Brawl. And now we can play the Hydra upgraded deck. All right, so now we're ready to go, everyone. We got everything we need. Hopefully this should be enough for us to get some more value. Still wondering if I have some other cards I probably could put in the deck, but we'll talk about those a little bit later on. Looks like our opponent is playing with Zhao the Moonslayer. Okay. From the, what is it, Avatar set. That's right. So for now... Okay. Nothing major, but we can get this going pretty quick here if we can just do our thing. Alright. Opponent's still thinking. Alright, cool. So we'll play first off the Fabled Passage. And pass. Alright, opponents. Show me what you got. Grim Lavamancer. Okay. Crack the Fabled Passage. Let's see. We'll get out our one and only mountain there. Okay. Okay, we got a Swamp too. That's good. So for that, we'll kick it off with Hydra Assault Robots. If they end up blowing it up, we have a decoy ploy ready to go. Lightning Bolts. Okay. It's fine. No big deal there. Okay. Castle Lockwain. Okay, for that. Actually, we'll wait it out. Okay. Stormforge Armor. Now, they're playing alchemy cards. But again, I keep forgetting that alchemy means that, yeah, opponents are going to play these cards, and there's not much we can really do about it. They make a Ball Lightning. Oh, they get free Ball Lightnings off of that? That's dumb. So they hit us for a ton of damage from Stormforge Armor. You have to only pay 3. That's totally fair. Okay. We're just trying to do simple, cute little synergies here, and our opponent is just playing with equipment cards that just... Okay. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know, everyone. Okay. Play our robot again. Okay. So we have Jet Medallion to make all of our black spells cheaper. Pyrogoyf, okay. Okay, we lose creatures again. Make a Ball Lightning, because that's totally fair to do. Alright. Okay. We don't really have a way of stopping this, unfortunately, so... Play Madam Hydra. We could exile their graveyard, but... We just lose here. Wow, that... Oh, come on! Ugh, that was disgusting. Like... No, seriously. How is this a fair card? Stormforge Armor, 3 mana. And equipment from the Alchemy set. Equipped creature has, whenever this creature attacks, you basically create a free Ball Lightning. So for those who don't remember, Ball Lightning is a 6/1 attacking creature. Yes, they have to sacrifice the creature, but if they can keep attacking, they get getting these stupid cards for free. And you only have to equip for 3 life? Yeah, that's dumb. Who thought that was a good idea? Honestly, who thought that was a good idea? See, again, this is why I don't like alchemy cards. Totally not balanced for the format. But I digress. Okay, moving on. It's okay. I'm going to shake that off, and we're going to try again. We will try again. Alright, so with that. Okay, so we got the Lightning Greaves, so I guess that's okay for the future. We got Warlock class. We have Scavenger's Talent. We have a Mox Amber, which is helpful too. We'll play first off the Blood Crypt, so we shock ourselves. We'll play first off... Let's see, what do we want? Play the Scavenger's Talent first. Mox Amber. Try to see if we can ramp up quick here. Okay, but at least with Shroud, Madam Hydra at least will be protected for a bit. Okay. Play Secluded Courtyard. Name, of course, Villain. We will Lightning Greaves. Okay. Windswept Heath does get sacked. Okay, opponents. Lush Portico. So get the Surveil. Oh, wow, they threw away a fetch land. Interesting. Okay. It's a choice opponent. Playing with Fellothor here. Incubation Druid. Grave Pact. That's actually kind of nice for us. That'll help us out a lot. So for now, Volatile Fault. Play Warlock class. Destroy the Lush Portico. Okay. We'll make a treasure token off of that. Okay. Can't do anything just yet. But on the next turn, with Unclaimed Territory and Hydra out, we can then get the Lightning Greaves added on, and we should be good from there. Right? Right? Should be fine. Okay. Opponents. Putting out another land. They shock themselves at 22. Incubation Druid can't ramp just yet unless they get a counter on it. Yeah, Fellothar here. What you gonna do, opponents? 6 cards in hand, you got a full hand. We, on the other hand, have dumped our hand completely. Conclave Mentor, alright. Botanical Brawler, okay, here come the counters. Crippling Fear, okay. Well, that's not too bad for later. That'll be nice for later on. Oh, actually, hold on. We can do this now. Okay, let's do this now. You know what? Crippling Fear, which I forgot is actually one of our upgrades for the deck. So, obviously we'll name Villain because we want to be that person. Nice. Our opponent lose 1. So there we go. Board cleared out, which is good. That buys us time. Okay. Surveil land. Do they call in Fellothor yet? Maybe? Nope. Yes. Maybe. Opponent, what you choosing? Okay, floating mana and mana. Marionette Apprentice. Okay. They fabricating. I hope in the future maybe we might get some cards retroactively. Wait, hold on. We can't. Oh, that's kind of awkward. We can't play. Okay. We can't play Madam Hydra until we get another legendary in the field from Mox Amber. That's a little awkward. Actually, let's choose 1. Get the Fountain Board. At least that guarantees us a land. Get the land drop there. Okay. So next turn, for sure, we can get out Madam Hydra. That turns on Mox Amber, and that means we have better mana fixing. So we just got to wait it out 1 turn. A little slower than I was expecting us to be, everyone, but don't worry. We can get there. Fellothar, okay. They sacrifice. Not surprisingly, they're zombie. I'm guessing they get a treasure token off of that. That pings off Marionette Apprentice. Alright. They pump up everything. Ugh. Not good. We still have a little bit of time left. We just need some more villains. Oh, Ancient Tomb. That's not bad either. So let's see. Ping ourselves there. Okay, Madam Hydra coming in. Nice. We then Greaves her up. Impact Tremors. Okay. So now we have what we need, but now we actually need to start making villains. Like a lot of villains. A lot of villains. Okay. I suppose in the worst case scenario, Fountain Port can start making fish tokens, which force our opponent to then lose creatures, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens. Okay. They adapt. Okay. Nightmare Wombat. I didn't know we actually had wombats in the game now. Okay, wait. They sacrifice? They do. Okay. That triggers things. Ugh. That's not good. So that's what? 14? Oh, jeez. Okay. We go to 1. Oh. I was hoping we were finally stabilizing, but it looks like we're not going to do that. Okay. Yeah, we can't do anything. even if we say make a token here, we kill ourselves. We put down the grave pack, we ping ourselves, so there's just nothing we could have done. Wow. Oh, man. Come on, deck. Show me some love here. Opponents, show me also some love. Just wanted to make our deck do cool, fun things. But I think this also leads me to another idea that I want to do for a future video. Is Magic now at a point where we can't play fair decks anymore? Just feels like now, like every time I try to build a deck and that's a mid-range, it sometimes is too fair. Like we have to play unfairly in order to actually beat opponents. And honestly, I don't want to play that way though. It's not my jam usually. Not my typical jam. But if we have to, we may not have a choice there. Okay, so for now, let's keep this hand. And I forgot, since competitive means we can't get a free mulligan, we have to actually throw something away here. Put back the Bastard of Remembrance. We'll do that. So, Sundering Eruption, tapped. Okay, opponent's playing with Valky / Tybalt. Which one are they going to cast first, though? That's the question. Unfortunately, though, we are playing in the colors they are, so Urborg here might actually help them out a little bit. We shall see. Urborg, so that does fix it into a dual land. Play Common Crook. Okay. Check for traps. Okay, so they're going to start making us exile and discard stuff. Not my favorite jam, but there we go. Villainous hideouts. Okay. Hit the swamp. Swing. Down to 22 opponents. Okay, Snow-Covered Mountain, which is also perfect fixing for them. Stone... Okay, Stone Rain. Okay, it's fine. Masters of Evil, that's not horrible. Down to 20. So, are they going to try to blow up our stuff and steal stuff, or are they going to try to... I have no idea what they're going to do here. Firemind Vessel, okay. They got fixing going on there. Modok, okay. Play Robot Domination. Hit our opponent down to 18. Okay, well, again, we're not in the worst of shape, but we're not also in the best either. 4 cards in their hand. 5 mana open. Valky can come down, but Tybalt is probably what they want to flip for. So they do it now? Do they do it now? Yep, here comes Tybalt. Unfortunately, his tick down ability makes our stuff get exiled, so okay. We'll see if we can get around this. But for now, let us choose villain. Okay. Hold on. 1, 2. How do we want to do this? Okay. So for here, we'll connive. Throw away the Masters of Evil. That does trigger off this. Draw another card. Okay. And then we swing here. Hit Tybalt here. I don't think he's going to go for the ultimate. We just want to keep him weak enough where we just kind of force him off the field. Lithiform Engine. On it. Do they strangle?
Surely you can handle a little pain.
Okay, strangle. Dang. Okay, so Modok does go bye-bye. Oh, they're going to copy it? Alright. So Common Crook goes bye-bye. That means we at least get a treasure token off of that. So we draw a card at least. Modok also goes bye-bye. Get another plan off of that. Okay. But that does sacrifice to make some tokens, so that actually helps us out a bit. Cool. Okay. Well, not too bad, right? C. Play Graveshifter. We can bring back our villainous stuff, so let's go ahead and bring back now... what do we want? Let's bring back Modok. Thank you, opponents. For here... There we go. We will then pass here. So, Tybalt, you're going to have to blow away all of our tokens here in order for us to actually keep us on our toes. Primal Amulet, okay. So, I see their plan now. So, they're a Rakdos Spellslinger / copy deck. Huh. Spicy. I've never seen this before in these colors, but I'm curious to see how it works. Okay, opponents. So they tick up to then exile. Annoying. So they steal from us the spots portal.
Let's play a little
Okay.
game.
Will they murderous rider us? What will they do? What you gonna do, opponents? Okay, spots portal. Okay. So they get rid of one token. They have to get rid of... Okay, let's Warm Engine. Okay. Okay, spots portal is gonna bounce away another token. Opponents. Okay. We lose one token. We lose two tokens. But they still can keep... Okay, so Ares God of War. Okay, so from here, let us play Madam Hydra. We will play and cast Hammerhead. Alright. Makes a villain for us, alright. That works. Cool. We hit and take out Tybalt. So he's off the field finally.
You know what?
Nice.
I've had enough.
Okay. So next time he has to cast it, it's going to cast him 9 mana. He has enough, which is annoying. But at least for now, we can kind of keep pace. Sort of. It's 4 on one side. The other side's 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have just enough to actually cast him if we want to. Okay, Elspeth's Nightmare. Do they blow away Madam Hydra? Most likely. Activate Hammerhead's ability. So if nothing else, the Madam Hydra gives us a little bit more oomph. Okay. Phew. Okay, well that works a little bit. Hero's Downfall. Okay. Still dumb, but that's okay. Still have an Avengers under siege, so we can also use that too to re-bolster ourselves. Okay, Primal Amulets. Do you copy stuff, opponents? They do. Okay. Okay, they're trying everything they can to keep us completely blown away here, but we're not giving up. We have ways of getting stuff back. Okay, so it's not impossible. Pilfer. No. Okay, non-land card. What do they get? Do they get rid of our removal? Decoy Ploy? Modoc? Ares? What are we trying to do, opponents? What are we trying to get rid of? I think the worst thing right now would be to lose the Decoy Ploy, because we could really use that to actually recast our stuff. Ooh, they got rid of our spot removal. Okay. We got Shieldred's Edict, so that's actually not too shabby either. So, swing here. And then... I guess we'll play Modoc. We'll draw a card. Throw away Ares. Get a counter on that. Okay. All we just need to do is next turn before the exile thing goes into play, we need to find a way to bounce back stuff. If we need to, however, Green Goblin also can be gotten back too. If I was to assume... Oh, okay. They're going to throw away the spot rule because they need that out of the way. That's what our opponent doesn't want to deal with. That's fair. Okay. Opponent, what will you do? Okay, Murderous Rider. Okay. Do they double the trigger again? No, they flip it. Okay. Okay. They go to 8. Opponent is running out of life, though. In order for them to do their shenanigans, they have been having to pay a lot of life to make it work. Okay. 2 Murderous Riders. Okay. Okay, we got to fill the Profane. That's not bad. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Okay, well... Do it this way. Okay. Ultimate Green Goblin. At least makes us treasures. Still can't attack. Okay. Okay. I really just want them to run out of fuel here. Okay. Decoy Ploy. Get both. Okay. So from here, what villain do we want back? Get back Masters of Evil. And Wait, hold on. Submit one. Okay, there we go. And get the Grave Shifter. Okay. Instant speed, we get them both back. They do count both as one of each. So that helps us out a ton. We lose all the other stuff, which is unfortunate, but small price to pay. Ugh. Lost the graveyard there, but at least we got 2 cards back we do need. So, opponent, Patron Archive. Okay. Do they make another copy of that? They do. Okay, that's a lot to pay for, opponents. But that actually might be in our favor. Dibbles. Okay, coming in. Ugh. Okay, does he tick up or down?
Let fire rain.
Okay, they tick down. Okay.
You missed that.
Okay, Banner Strucker. So that's not bad either. So here's how we do this. We will... Okay. Fell the Profane. Tibble goes bye-bye again.
But we
Okay.
were having such fun.
Okay. Dang, we really need lands. That's actually what's been killing us here. We can't really play anything else until we get some more lands. We've been stuck at 5 for the longest time, and I cannot cast any of my other stuff. Also, losing that red source earlier really, really hurts us. Dang, well, I'm really surprised we haven't gotten another card that's similar to Urborg but for red. That actually would be really nice to have. Primal Wellspring. Okay. They copy it. They make a bunch of devil tokens. That's a lot of devil tokens. A lot of devil tokens. Okay. Cut down. Jeez. Like, their whole deck is just nothing but removal. Removal. Ten of the Bugbear. Swing. Okay. Aw. Every time we get close to beating our opponent here, we end up just falling apart. Dang. Okay, so if here are springs, we got our... We got our one source of red mana way, way too late. Like, literally, we can't do anything now. We'll get the Doom Reign Supreme, but that is game. Oh, what a heartbreaker once again there. Wow. We're trying, everyone. But man, just making it so hard on us. Like, I don't know. That is, our villains just not strong enough? Or maybe we should have gone with Grix's color and just gone 3 color. Let me know in the comments, everyone, what you think. I really wanted to see if we can make this actually work on a budget. And in theory, it can, but the non-budget one is just not pulling its weight. Good guys just keep beating the bad guys here. Boy, actually, now that I think about it, I mean, is Tibble the villain? I don't know what he is. I just know he's chaotic. Let me know, everyone, what you think. In any case, okay. All right, it's okay. Shaking it off. Shaking it off. No big deal. Okay, so we're here. Let's see. So we got some plans cooked up here. Okay, we are dealing with Vivi, probably one of the most broken of all cards of all time. But we'll see if we can try to fight around Vivi. I don't know if we can, because in competitive, anything goes. Okay, Sprite Dragon, that's cute. Okay, so got another Swamp. We will play the Swamp. Play Doom Reign Supreme. Okay, opponent, what you got? Reckless Impulse. Okay, exiling stuff. They hit us down to 22. Black Cat, that might be helpful for later. Play the Haunted Ridge. We can Villainous Syndication. Okay. We have the chance to cast Madam Hydra next turn. Let's see what we can do here. Play the Vault of Whispers. Play Madam Hydra. Paying away. We will tap our untapped villain. Mill a card. Oh, jeez. We actually milled out the Mox Amber. Oh, of all the cards to mill. Now I feel dumb. Okay, Vivi coming in. No value yet, but she is going to get value. Actually, wait. Is it she or he? I forgot what Vivi was. I forgot it was a guy or girl. I don't remember. Someone let me know in the comments below what is Vivi, guy or girl. Not that it matters that much, but just FYI. Okay, let's play Black Cat. Maybe we can steal something from our opponent here. Make a villain. Okay. Ping, ping, ping. Okay, nice. What do we steal from them? What do we steal? Well, obviously, I'm pretty sure it's got to be the counter spell. And... Ooh, we can get the Cavern Souls. That actually might be helpful for us, too. Let's see. Get the Curiosity. Okay. We will mill here. Okay. Mill here. And mill here. Okay. Sacrifice the villain in syndication. We bring back Tombstone. Nice. For free. So that does help us out a little bit. Just a little bit. So, plan right now is if we can save the counter spell, then we could blow away our opponent with at least one way to protect our game plan here. But okay. Jessica's Will. Jeez. Another busted card here that is allowed in this format. Scary card. I totally forgot. Maybe we should have put that into the deck. Okay, Swiftfoot Boots. Okay. Okay, they equip the boots. Phoebe can now be tapped and has haste. Can't target it, which is annoying, but it's okay. We have ways of seeing if we can get around it. So I think the Ruinous Wrecking Crew might be our next part here. Okay, Crackling Drake. Another scary card. Opponent swings with Sprite Dragon, I'm guessing. Okay. Okay, Villainous Hideout. Not the worst. Okay, so here's how we do this. So Ruinous Wrecking Crew. There's no tokens for us to blow away. Okay, so we will 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 mana open. 3 there. So we need to have, let's see, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's pay the 1. Let's pay that. Okay, make our token. Okay. Doom Reign Supreme. Exiles. We steal some stuff. Oh my goodness. We get to steal. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. Now I think we just stole their best cards. We just stole their extra turn cards. Oh my goodness. Oh oh my goodness. Opponent just got so bad right there. Oh, okay. Sorry. Whew. Okay. So for those that didn't know what just happened right there, we just saw. So thanks to Doom Reign Supreme, we literally were able to dig through their deck. We stole 2 cards from them. And the 2 cards that we were going to steal were their Part the Water Veil. For those that don't know, this is an extra turn spell. Casting that for free. And then we've got another Temporal Trespass, which would have given us 2 extra turns. 2 extra turns is on its own enough usually to blow away an opponent. But most opponents also don't want extra turns being given to their opponent. So, of course, he was going to Salty Scoop. Okay, there we go. You could say that was quite villainous of us to do. Okay, well, there we go. Phew, okay, yay, we got finally something that was actually good there. Okay, I'll see if I can try to remind myself to make a clip out of that in the future. Note to self. Note to self. Okay. Let's see what our opponents got playing. They're playing with, oh, Namor the Submariner. Oh, we played this last on stream last weekend. So, deck is a fun one. Can be a little bit tricky to do, but we actually had fun with that one. I actually did enjoy that deck, and I think I would recommend it still for those of you out there that want to try something a little bit on the budget side, but also if you're a fan of creature decks. It's a very unique take on it, which I do like. Okay, opponent. Preordain. All right. I would assume, however, our opponent is playing a very different version than our version. But we shall see. Okay, we got Carnage, Crimson Chaos. For now, play the Swamp, and we'll just pass the turn. So, plan here. Okay, Island. Master of the Pearl Trident. That's fine. We can blow that away right now, so sorry, opponent. You lose your Master of the Pearl Trident. Construct a Cosmic Cube. Okay. Let's see. let us put out Baron Strucker. So this makes all of our villains cheaper to cast. Ideally, I would like the Cosmic Cube to be down now. We'll see. Do they play Namor? Opponent. Or do you play something else? Okay, Insignian, okay. Get the ramp on. Okay, nothing else opponents. Alright, that's fine. So with that, we will swing here. Anything opponents? Nope. Okay. Get the Construct a Cosmic Cube out. Do you have a counterspell, opponent? If you're playing mono blue, and if I played the deck and what I remember last week, you have to have some counterspells. Okay, they're brainstorming though. They're digging. Digging deep. What cards did they put back? Whatever cards they do have, they're going to be locked into those two cards the next couple turns. So did they get anything? Nothing? Nothing, hopefully. Nice, okay. Construct a Cosmic Cube does actually resolve, which is great. Okay, so now all we need... Okay, Namor is coming down. Okay. Do they start spell slinging to make tokens? Combat research, okay. Here come the tokens. They can't do anything yet with this combo. Okay, Doctor Doom, that's cute. So for now, play Madam Hydra. Opponents. Cool. So do you get to connive? Okay. Opponents. Don't you dare. Do they have something? Bounce effect? Yes. No. Anything? Okay, into the Flood Maw. Put it into our hand. Okay. We still get to connive. So, what do we throw away here? Okay. We're still a ways away from Doom, so we'll toss him out for now. But that does create for us a villain token, so that's nice. We do get another token off of that. And then we pass here. No attacks yet. Okay, well at least the Mox Amber helps us out a little bit. Okay. Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, so they're going to get back what? Into the Flood Maw? Yep. Okay. They put it on top. Go Paula. Okay. I'm guessing they're just going to swing with Namor. Okay. Go to 20. They draw there into the Flood Maw. Ooh, Ancient Tomb is nice too. So with that, hit ourselves. Lightning Greaves. Counter opponents? Nope. Okay, that's good. So for that, now we play Madam Hydra. Okay, we do get to do some conniving again. Even if they try to bounce it right now, which they're going to do. Watch. Watch. Wait for it. Even if they do that, that's fine. We still can recast it later on. That's okay. We still get to connive. I at least know, like, knowing that we still get the trigger no matter what. Okay, so for that, what do we get rid of? Dang it. I'm going to throw away the Annihilating Glare. I don't want to, but I need that land. Okay, Strucker. Okay, so for this, swing with the villain token. If opponent wants to block, so be it. That does soften up Namor a bit. Go to 21, opponents. Okay, so from here, Madam Hydra, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7. Okay, we have enough to actually cast some stuff we do want to cast. Just got to get through this next couple turns. But thankfully our opponent is running out of cards. They have 4 in hand. I'm sorry, no, we have 4 in hand. Why did I say they have 4 in hand? Oh, Cyclonic Rift. Oh. Oh. Jeez. Okay. Okay. So, trying to think now. How do we bounce back from this? Dang. Okay, Strucker. Hydra. And that's game. Decline. Put it on black. Yeah. Alright. Cyclonic Rift again does their thing. Ugh. Sorry guys, I'm just killing me over here. Well, you try to get close and then blue cards, counter spells, and blowing up stuff just ugh. Just come on. Give me a chance to at least get another win here. Come on. Do this, deck. I know we got this. We can make some fun stuff happen. But I suppose after this, maybe I should look one more time to see if we missed anything that probably could help the deck a little bit more. We'll see if we could look one more time. Till then, we'll just keep this. We have ways of generating value from this, so it's not horrible. Blood Crypt tapped. Opponent's playing with Cloud, so expect equipment galore, but we can keep that in control. It's not impossible. Okay. So from here, see what our opponent's going to try to do here. Forest. That's Sentinel, okay. Great Furnace. From here, we will play Ultimate Green Goblin. Swinging. Get our damage in. Okay. Okay, so opponent. What do you got? So I think we have a way of getting through this. Umezawa's Jite. A classic magic card. Okay, so we will throw away... What do we throw away here? I think it's probably going to have to be Black Cat. Discard Black Cat. Okay, Scavenger's Talent. Play the Demolition Field. Madam Hydra. Alright. We're going to try to minimize our opponent getting their stuff off of Esper Sentinel as much as we can. Oh, half the exile. Okay, well, we get a basic out of that, so I guess it's something, right? Let's see. Do we want to give him? Do we want the mount? No, look at the swamp. Okay, fine, opponents. Pass here. So at least we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Carry Fearless Voyager. Dragon Fireblade. Opponent is setting themselves up here to try to stop us, but we will try to get around it. I know we can do it. Starting town, okay. Grave Shifter. Make our villain token. Nice. We bring back Black Cat. Back to our hand. Starting town. And Scavenger's Talent. We'll pay the 1. Get that down. And then no attacks yet. Okay, so we're trying to set ourselves up here to see if we can make this work. Okay, Cloud coming in. He gets to put on himself the Dragon Fireblade. Annoying, but not the worst. Okay, they draw a card. And a card. Block here. Block here. Block here. Nice. Affinity for Anime. Hello. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for joining us. You're in the middle of us right now trying to see if we can make villains work here in the Brawl format. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. But we're trying. Okay. Black Hat. We steal 2 cards from them. Okay, so what do we steal from them that's going to help us out? What do we want? Maybe the Commander's Plates? To help protect ourselves here? We have enough ramp as is. And then Tifa. I want to steal their good stuff, so that's why we're going to do it that way. Let us play Commander's Plate. Okay. Yeah, we'll pay the 1. There you go, opponent. Thank you. No attacks yet. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Okay, so Cloud, mono white version. They tried to dig out another equipment, but thankfully we got the one that actually will help us out here a bit. As soon as we can put this on top of Madam Hydra, the other colors that were not, i.e. white, green, and red actually helps us out a bit. That's good. Okay. Opponent, ready to swing. Absence Pilgrim. Okay. Annoying, but again, we can still get through this. They draw a card. Block here. As long as we can keep up the villains or get some food off of this, we should be okay. Okay. Withering Torment. Okay, that's not too bad either. So let's see. Equip to the commander. So Madam Hydra gets this. Nice little bump up. Cool. We will play Tifa herself. Thank you, opponent, for letting me have Tifa. Appreciate that. Okay. No attacks yet. So, protection from blue, white, and green. So we don't have protection from red, but that's okay. Sword of Peace and Famine. Okay. Okay. I mean, if opponent wants to do that, that's fine. Okay, they swing in. Let's see. Can we get around? Okay, so we can't block Cloud, but we can block Akiri. So that actually is not too bad. Okay. Let's see. Is this going to be enough? Opponent? Boros Charm. Wow, okay. So at least Madam Hydra doesn't die, though. So... Okay. Dang it. Aw, Withering Torment. And we also lose the Finagle Offering. Ooh, jeez. So that hurts us a lot. A lot more than I thought. Okay. Jite added to Cloud. Open the armory. They're digging for more stuff. Alright. Well, we're still trying to see if we can get around their stuff here. Some way, somehow. It's not impossible, but it's also not easy either. I mean, we've beaten Cloud decks before. Okay, oh, the hammer's coming. Ugh. The hammer is on the field. Oh, boy. Ugh. Okay, so how do we get around that? Okay, so we will tick up here and tick up here. Let's see. Can't swing at all. Okay. Okay, we will sacrifice 1, 2, 3 cards. Get back Graveshifter. Make our opponent mill. And mill. And mill. Mill, mill, mill. Bring back Titans in our hand. And we will... Dang. I was hoping we could play the Common Crook, but we couldn't. With Graveshifter out, we can block a little bit. Do we survive a turn or are we dead here? Alright, we'll find out here now. Forge anew. Okay, so that means they get an equipment back for free. Giant's Helm. Interesting, our opponent is choosing to play them as Omen Paths, not the actual, like, cards from Spider-Man. Okay, well, maybe they have a preference. Okay. So, 3 mana open up, opponent. You have 1 more card in hand. What could it be? What could it be? Chrome as well. Oh. Alright. Fine, I'll take the L. Oh, not another loss. Once again, our rank goes completely back down to the very bottom. Oh, we didn't get a chance to rank up at all today. So sad. Wow. Villains, I guess, are just maybe not quite where we want to be at. But before we go, let's try to do at least one more. This will be our final game, everyone. Win or lose. Hopefully it'll be a win. But either way, whatever happens here, this will be our final one for today, everyone. Even if we are not exactly winning the best of matches here, if you still like what the deck is trying to do, and you are a fan of what we're trying to do here today, show some love if you haven't already done so. Like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, live streams, deck techs, and so much more. As always, we do try to, of course, stream at least 2 times a week whenever we can to show you, again, some of the latest and greatest budget decks you can put together at any given budget level. Either way, however, if you are interested in seeing what we can do beyond this, we do have some exclusive content for Patreon subscribers and also members only on my YouTube channel. Main videos that do not get posted to the main spot. So check those out if you are willing to then show us up a little bit of love there. And even so, we, of course, have for free just the Discord itself. So you can join our Discord and be part of our growing group of fiery friends if you at least want to show some love there. But no matter what you do, we still thank you for whatever you are doing today. We appreciate you guys all being here, no matter how it is you are. So we thank you then for any and all support that you provide for us, because that'll help keep this channel going. And as always, all links will be located in the details below once we're done with today's stream. Okay. Until then, however, let's see if we can at least hopefully go out with one more win. Just one more today. All right, Rakdos Theater. We surveil off of that. Fanatical Offering. Do we want that now? I'll keep that. So let's see. So for now, we'll play Dark Fortress. Play the Ruinous Wrecking Crew. Let's see. Alright. Make our opponent sacrifice a creature. So they lose that. Okay. Marsh Flats. So I think our... let's see. Burrow. Okay. They get their ramp. Then they get their life back. Haunted Ridge. Okay. I guess we'll play Madam Hydra now. Playing a 4-color Troxa deck. But I don't know what type of proliferating shenanigans they have. It could be anything. And of course our opponent is playing with all the fetch lands. You'll notice that again, out of principle and flavor, I don't want to play the fetches that are off the colors that we play with. And Troxa Praetor's Voice, okay. Opponents. Grave Shifter, okay. So let's do it this way. Eaten Alive. We're actually just going to pay full price for that. Exile that sucker, okay, that's off the field. Troxa gone. She has to pay a little bit more just to get it on the field. That's good for us. That buys us time. Okay, so in the meantime, Ridge, Dark Fortress. Okay, they have Judgment. It's fine. Okay, Super Adaptoid. So let's see. Let's play Grave Shifter. Okay, we'll bring back Ruinous Wrecking Crew. We can use this now as a pseudo edict effect. So if our opponent tries to get a little cheeky with us, we can then blow away their Atroxa, which is good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, Atroxa Grand Unifier. Ugh. That can't stay on the field. That's got to go bye-bye. So for that, let's see, we're going to try to get some value here. Cast that. I have to pay 2, so that's 1, 2, 3. So we can pick all 3 of the 4. Guess we'll discard a card. Actually, all we just need is the card draw and the sacrifice. That might be our best things we can grab. Okay, opponents trying to fill their whole hand here. Jeez, what a broken card Atroxa it is. This version of Atroxa, the new one, is just absolutely bonkers. Okay, but until then, let's do it this way. Grave Pact. We will play... Let's see, what do we want? Super Adaptoid? Okay. Free damage there. Pass the turn. We're going to wait it out to see what our opponent does here. If they blow stuff away... Oh, emergent. Oh, jeez. One of the most, again, broken cards out there, everyone. I'm going to sound the alarm on that one. Jeez. Okay, so Atroxa here pretty much means we might be seeing another end to our game plan here. Let's see. Okay, opponents. What broken cards are you trying to get? If I'm guessing, they probably have like an Omniscience and maybe 2 other cards that help them refetch stuff, so no matter what we try to pick, it's going to be terrible. Oh. Really? No Omniscience? I'm really surprised. Okay, well, what do I want to put back then? if you put one or more counters on a permanent player. So we do... Okay, but Vraska has to go by... Well, actually, no. Put that back. Okay. So they get 2 planeswalkers off of that.
I've made it just in time.
So what do? I guess... Let's see. We can't play the Fanatical Offering because we don't have the right colors for it. Dang it. I was hoping that was going to be our... Still can't use it because it's tapped. They make a token.
Show them the
Okay.
edge of your blade.
Okay. So let's see. Can we get out of this, or is this completely just borked? We'll try here. Okay, so first off, Ruinous Wrecking Crew. Let's see. Guess we do a little bit of everything. 3. Okay. So here's how we try to do this to get out of this fight. Opponents. Okay. We will destroy a token. Discard a card. Draw a card. Okay. Destroy the token. So, no matter what, we can still... Okay. Sacrifice here. So that trigger goes on the stack. So no matter what, they have to lose a Troxa and the token. Okay. Okay. So we discard... We discard here. Super Adaptoid. Draw another card. Oh, wait. Oh, they didn't actually destroy... Okay. That's dumb. All right. We'll throw away Swamp here. Okay. Well, this Trox is finally gone. I don't know how that didn't go out that way. I guess I have to figure out the layers of how the ruling works. I was like, wait. Why didn't the Ruinous Wrecking Crew blow away everything there? Jeez, because I was hoping to save that Bone Shards for destroying Vraska or Eternal Wander. Okay. Well, still dumb. Either way, we'll try to find a way around it still, everybody. But all I just can see is they're just playing 4-color Super Friends. There's really a very slim chance we're going to get around that. But we're going to try. The opponent right here is going to try to do everything they can to fight through it. Okay. Troxa, but now. Ugh, not good. Okay. They start pumping up their team. Okay. So, make a token.
I brought back.
They still proliferate. Okay, Jet Medallion. Makes our stuff cheaper there. Dang, okay. My Ultimate Green Goblin. Sacrifice the map token. Do we get something out of that? Okay. Well, I guess that'll be helpful for later if we can survive one turn. But fighting against an Atroxa and the Eternal Wanderer is probably one of the worst things we can fight right now. Because their tick up allows them to then... Oh, gee, I'm going to put Teferi. Okay.
No, I am not
Okay.
making this up as I go.
Great Fact alone can destroy stuff, but we're just... It's so
Show them
far
the edge
away
of
at
your
this point.
blade.
The ability to draw cards, proliferates. Yeah, you can see, like, it's just out of control here. Now this... Okay. Oh, I cannot deal with this. I'm seriously going to have, like, a crash out right now from just dealing with all this. It's like, come on. Just... All of this, just absolutely broken nonsense. But Okay. Okay. That's it, everyone. Like, you know what? Yeah, I've had enough. We can't. We've tried, but we just couldn't. Okay, so that was our last video, last game, like as I was saying earlier. So let's actually just go to the wrap up now. So let's talk about Hail Hydra. What do you think, everyone? Do you like the deck in any way, shape, or form? Would you play the deck overall? Now, overall, it's kind of hard to evaluate this one. We only got one win apiece with each of the budget and non-budget brews. Truth be told, I really, really wanted to like the Hydra deck. It seemed like it'd be a fun one. But I think the problem now is I maybe this is just how I am as an actual like budget player. We're horribly mismatched against a lot of opponents out there. As I mentioned this many, many times, if you do want to play budget decks, there's nothing wrong with them. I do enjoy them. I like the challenge of playing with budget decks. But when you play on Arena here and they're trying to match you up, Arena and your opponents do not care if you're playing a budget deck. They will still try to stomp you with whatever they got. And that means that even if we play at this level, you're going to get steamrolled a couple times. So the deck can be fun, but a lot of opponents want to play unfair stuff just to cheat their big stuff out, get stuff in the graveyard, just take stuff for free. There's nothing wrong with trying to do that. If that's how you want to play the game, hey, more power to you. It's not my style, I guess, because again, I'm an old school kind of like play one card at a time each turn and try to curve out things. So again, I'm more of a good, clean, fair Magic player from back in the day. So maybe that's the reason why I feel like I'm getting left behind here. Having said that, when we did manage to get a couple of things to go off, it's actually pretty fun. But again, it kind of was a little rough around the edges. So I don't know if we maybe built the deck wrong. Maybe we should have focused a little bit more on just trying to get all the creature stuff and pings out or cheat stuff out. It wasn't working as I thought it was. And I'm kind of disappointed about that. I don't know if I actually would recommend this for anybody. Maybe we just go into a 3-color, something I didn't mention earlier. So that's it. We'll move Madam Hydra out for a second here. There are some villains you can do. If you actually want to look at other villain stuff. So, if you want to look at other villain things you can do, you can use Norman Osborn / Green Goblin. Honestly, though, this is actually to me like, hold on. If it were up to me, though, this is still Fleam. We'll keep it at that. Okay, so yeah. So Gobin / Fleam, if you still want to do it the cute way, though. It's probably another option for you if you want to stick to villains. Hold on. Your only other option is going to be Dr. Doom, King of Latveria from the actual precon. So you can use that too. But then the deck also does change a little bit more because you're going to focus on conniving to get more value out of him. If you want to do 5-color villains, you also have Super Skrull here. Or if you want to go into white, you have Thanos the Mad Titan. We'll talk about these cards in a future build, but these are other ones you can build around if you want to do villains specifically. You have Loki the Deceiver as well. So you have other options besides that. But from what we did today, it just felt like it came up short. We just couldn't pull it off. Having said that, the upgraded version, same thing. I really was hoping this one actually was going to do some fun stuff, but I think we were just playing way too fairly in a format that actually does not care about playing fair. In a format such as competitive Brawl, you got to play the most degenerate stuff if you actually want to keep up. So don't feel discouraged, actually. If you saw today we lost a lot, it happens to the best of us. I'm not honest. I mean, yeah, I'm bummed right now, but I'll get over it as always. And I'm sure we'll again have more fun with our next deck tech in a couple more days. So hang in there, everyone. We'll have another one for you over the weekend, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Before we do, however, my True Fire friends, before we go, if you haven't made it this far into the stream, we appreciate you for being there for me. So you get a little sneak peek as to what we are doing for the next couple of days. So as far as our next set of budget decks, we have another mono red build that actually caught my eye and I actually really want to build around. So this one we're still in the we're still kind of recording a little bit more. We have Thor's Thunderstorm here. So this is a mono red storm / combo deck that is trying to go off in the historic format. So we actually haven't done a historic deck tech for a little while, so I really wanted to do one there. So I think this will be a fun one for us. Beyond that, another deck that I actually want to go over, so free aura farming. So for the standard format, we have a deck that actually you can play with in standard, at least until rotation starts. That's actually, again, no rares, no mythics. So this will be super duper budget, and it's actually pretty fun overall, and it holds itself up pretty well in the format. Overall, aside from that, we do also have, where was it at? Oh yeah, there we go. So with the sale that's going on right now, I think this Friday we'll try to do our mono black build of Liliana here and her with a bunch of planeswalkers and zombies. So this will be our Goth Girl summer deck. So again, every version of Liliana we can squeeze out and put into one singular budget deck. So this will be a hilariously fun one. Just get all the value off of us. So we'll be, again, kind of villainous, if you will, or unless you want to consider her an anti-hero. But that's a whole nother lore discussion that's beyond today's stream. So then, that'll be, again, I think we'll play this one over on Saturday, everyone. So stick around for that one. Saturday night, stay tuned, because that'll be probably our next one there. Anything else beyond that one? Again, we're still also brainstorming ideas for stuff here. We have a deck that's got to go faster. I'm not sure if I actually want to do this one anymore. I was hyped for it originally, but every time I try to play with, Quicksilver here, he sometimes does nothing, or sometimes he does everything. It's a really hot and cold deck. I don't know if I actually want to try this one, but maybe I'll leave it here in the maybe pile if we have time for that one. Beyond that, that's pretty much it for today, everyone. I don't have anything else to say except thank you so much to everyone who was here with me on the stream today. Thanks again for chatting with me if you were here, or if you were just watching and just kind of lurking. Still appreciate you guys just the same. So shout outs for you guys in the chat though. Again, so LauraPan18, thanks again for being here as well. Yan Prince and Crawfish Cigarette, Cash Yee, Ellie Gamer, thanks again for putting it there, and also that cute little silly what is it? Sorry, wow, I'm missing my train of thought here. It's really hot where I'm at right now. But thank you again for those goofy little jokes. Appreciate that. And of course, Affinity for Anime. Appreciate you all as always. I also love your proxies whenever you make those. Appreciate those a lot. And everyone else that's been watching across wherever platform you're on, whether it's X, Twitch, YouTube, or Instagram. Replays will be located across every format that I stream on. So stay tuned for those if you want to catch those later on. But otherwise, that's going to be it for today, everyone. One more time, thank you so much. If you want to catch me, I usually am over on X or over on the Discord, so you can see me there at any given time. But otherwise, we're going to be heading out for today, everyone. So have a wonderful, wonderful evening wherever you're at. We'll get a chance to do this again very soon. But before I go, as always, I want to leave you with one more important thing to remember. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again, hopefully on Saturday, everyone. Later.